Hi, seventh graders. I wanted to touch base with a video lesson today on a couple of different things that are coming up for the week, as well as just maybe answering some questions that I've gotten from a few students. Maybe you haven't asked, but might be curious. Otherwise, it's just some good ideas for you to think about with your projects this week. So to start off, I did go through all of the missing assignments that I have, and I did send you private messages with those. If you're missing like 4 or more assignments, I know Mr. Ty River will be in touch as well. If you are struggling to keep up with the assignments or have questions, please just be in communication with me. If you message me and let me know what's going on or what questions you have, I won't mark it as a missing assignment. I'll have it as like something that you're working on. So that might help with some of that grade book, missing assignments in PowerSchool, as well as just on my list. I'm trying to keep the messages to a minimum so that it's not overwhelming for you, but still to communicate with you. I know that when I respond on Google Classroom, you get an email, so hopefully that's not too overwhelming. With the changes from last week to this week, I want you just thinking about how that is working for you. I feel like the check-ins every day were a lot to keep track of on my end, so I'm sure it was a lot to keep track of on your end. So hopefully having less of those this week is a little bit more manageable. So that's missing assignments and things to know about that. So today is the 31st of March when I'm taping this. Your assignment for your assessment was due today. If you did not complete that yet, please go ahead and get that done. You are supposed to complete that on the March 27th lesson. So if you click on Google Classroom on the March 27th lesson, right in there, you can type it in the comments section, or you can attach a Google document to that assignment and then turn it in, and I will grade those. The assessment is worth 10 points. It's 1 to 2 sentences, writing 4 things you know about what's important for information-based writing. So things that you worked on in your book, what did you include in your book? You can refer to the rubric from your information book writing if you have questions about things that are important that you should write down in your sentences. So that is the assessment that was due March 31st. Next on the to-do list is your reflective journal entries. I'm only asking you to do 3 this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and submit those on Wednesday. Hopefully that will lighten the load as well, not having to do that every day. But I do think it is really important for us to be journaling about our experience, to be able to express how we're feeling, to be able to maybe vent or share some of the positives to try and keep our mentality as positive as possible. But you are a part of history and you are documenting your experience through it. So hopefully someday we can look back on this and remember what we learned from it so that we continue to grow and evolve as good humans. So that's what I'm hoping comes from all of this, is that we learn to appreciate things and learn to just be better to each other when we are able to be together again. The last thing on your assignments for this week is that humor project. I hope you're having fun with this. I hope you're watching things that are making you laugh and just finding some of the lighter side to life right now. With this project, you're doing 2 paragraphs, 4 to 6 sentences in each paragraph. Ideally, you start with something that engages the reader right away. Your intro, your first sentence, hooks the reader, whether that's something funny, a joke, whatever you use to hook your reader. I've had some really great questions about this project. Another thing to make sure you can include, you don't have to, but you could include a quote about humor or about laughter. I want to know how it helps people with their mental health and physical health. I know laughing is something that's physiologically good for us, so do your research on that. I also want you to include things that you find funny, and what did you watch that made you laugh this week as a part of your research. I want to know how humor has changed over time, and so that's why I included a link from a older version of comedy and then a clip from a newer version of comedy with a movie. So comparing those, doing your own research on what happened over history. I want to know what you watch though, so include that in your paragraphs as well. If you need to write more than 2 paragraphs, please I'm happy to read more, so go ahead and write more. So if you have any more questions about that assignment, keep messaging me and asking me those questions. That is due on Friday. The only thing I'm going to ask you to do over the weekend is to read and obviously have fun with your families. Enjoy this time with them. I know that it's not the ideal situation, but we have to make do with what we have, and making the best of these moments with our families and really having that quality time that maybe we don't have with our busy, fast-paced life is a opportunity to be able to spend some time with our families. I know we're embracing it and really enjoying our moments together and our time together. What I want to leave you with is something fun that I just participated in today. Just thinking outside the box and really trying to make best of the situation. We have a family friend whose birthday was today, and the mom and friends organized a birthday parade with vehicles. So everybody was in their cars. Nobody was interacting with each other other than honking horns and yelling out the window to wish our sweet friend a happy birthday. So just thinking outside the box. No, you can't have a birthday party right now if it is your birthday during this quarantine, but people can come by with posters on their cars wishing you a happy birthday. Tell your parents, hey, I want a birthday parade for my birthday instead of a party. I just thought it was a really fun way to show someone we care and that we're thinking of them even though we can't be together. So I wanted to leave you with thinking outside the box and trying to make the best of things while we're apart. I did schedule a Google Hangout for next week, April 8th. It's Wednesday. So each period has a separate time frame. It's only a half hour, but I thought it would be a great way for me to give you a lesson more in person on video, and that we could all communicate and have some time together as a class. So each class has a separate time set up. I sent an email as well as it's on Google Classroom. So that'll be next week, Wednesday. I wanted to give you enough time to prepare for that and to just make a slot in your schedule for that. I didn't want to do them super early, so I scheduled them a little later in the day, 10, 11, and 1. So just depending on which class you're in is what time you have. So please make sure you're knowledgeable of that and mindful of that. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm sending prayers and blessings your way. Take care.